Okay, so I've had some students ask about perfect square trinomials and just some further explanation about perfect square trinomials. So I'm going to start here by taking a look at an example. Well, and let's just start by defining what a perfect square trinomial is. It is just a regular trinomial that when we factor it, we can write it as a binomial squared. Okay, that's all a perfect square trinomial is. So let's start by taking a look at an example. So let's look at x squared plus 10x plus 25. And I can factor this the same way that I have factored my regular trinomials, my simple trinomials. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 25 and add to 10. And I know that those two numbers that multiply to 25 and add to 10 are just 5 and 5. So when I factor this, I get x plus 5 times x plus 5. So the only thing with a perfect square trinomial is that there's one extra step when factoring, and that's to write it as x plus 5 all squared. So factoring a perfect square trinomial shouldn't be difficult. We just have that extra step. Okay, so now let's take a look at another example. So let's do example 2. We'll do 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. And when I factor this one, we can use one of our tools like the staircase tool, or you can use decomposition, okay, where we multiply these two things together and find their product and the sum that's negative 12 and work our way through that. So our staircase, just as a reminder, is we have 4x squared here and 9 here and negative 12x. It is a bit of trial and error. We look at two terms that multiply to 4x squared. So 2x and 2x, two terms that multiply to 9. I'm going to choose 3 and 3. And when I multiply across, okay, here I'm going to get 6x and 6x. And if they add up to what's down here, then we have found our factors. Now, unfortunately, they didn't add up. So what's wrong here? Well, this would have to be negative and this would have to be negative, which means I, of course, am going to make these both negative 3, which still multiply to 9. So my factors are found under the stairs here. So this is 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. Now, if I were just doing this in my head, again, I'd look at the two terms that multiply to 4x squared. I'd write them here. Two terms that multiply to 9, I'd write them here. Recognize that they need to be negative, and then I'd check it just by expanding quickly in my head. Then I'm going to write it as 2x minus 3 all squared. Okay, so factoring a perfect square trinomial shouldn't be any different than factoring other trinomials. But we might be asked questions about, how do I know something is a perfect square trinomial? So let's take a look at this second example here again. So let's look at 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. And the pieces that build a perfect square trinomial is that your first term up here, so 4x squared, you have to be able to square root it. And of course we can. Our last term also needs to be able to be square rooted. Okay, so it needs to be a perfect square. And of course, square root 9, 3. Okay. The last piece of information is that this middle term here, so this b term, let's say in the middle, has to be equal to 2 times the square root of the first term, so in this case 2x, times the square root of the last term, which is 3. And now I'm going to add a little piece here. It could be plus or minus, okay? And from here, what I get is 4x times 3, which is 12x. And because we had negative 12x, then we know we can build, or this is a perfect square trinomial, okay? We are going to be creating perfect square trinomials in our next unit. But for right now, factoring the perfect square trinomials and recognizing what makes a perfect square trinomial is what's most important. So hopefully this was helpful and kind of cleared that up a little bit. Feel free to email me any other questions about it.